round two, we have highlights of this afternoon's Abu Dhabi Grand Prix with Trevor Walker. It's been a historic Formula One World Championship, and it's a pleasure of us here on Trevor Sports to bring you the final race of the season. We're here in Abu Dhabi and the temperature's just dropping after a pulsatingly warm day, and we are looking forward here for the Yas Marina circuit, providing us with a fitting finale to a championship season which has been dominated by Lewis Hamilton, who has been head and shoulders above everybody else. Last night though, he got it all wrong in qualifying, crashing out and sending him right down the bottom of the pack. So Hamilton will start from 20th. There's something that we don't hope that we have to use today, but this promises to be a fascinating Grand Prix. If you look at the history of Abu Dhabi and how this has been, there has been World Championships settled here many times in the past. Tonight we won't have any of this. What we will have, though, is an opportunity for these drivers to set their precedents for next season. There was always the famous 1995 Australian Grand Prix in which Damon Hill won, and that set him up for the following season to dominate. One wonders who it will be this season. Let's have a look at the grid as it stands for the Grand Prix. A pulsating lap has given Max Verstappen pole, and Sebastian Vettel is behind him, and they have the front row. Valtteri Bottas and Charles Leclerc are on the second row behind them, and Alex Albon and Carlos Sainz Jr. in the McLaren are in the third row. Kimi Raikkonen has done impressively to land 8th. Pierre Gasly finds himself down in streets. Lando Norris in the other McLaren is 14th, and Daniel Ricciardo is down in 15th. George Russell is down in 17th, and on the back row is Robert Kubica and Lewis Hamilton. So as the deal with the 5 lights go out, the Abu Dhabi and the final Grand Prix of 2019 is go, 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 go. Good start from Verstappen, who's got away straight away into the very first corner. Vettel behind him and Leclerc. And Sainz is through into 6th place. Albon is behind him as well. Sainz is up to 4th. Albon's 5th. Bottas is 6th. Verstappen is off into leading first. 2 Ferraris behind him. As we start the opening few moments of this Grand Prix. Oh, fantastic start as well. Hamilton still at the back of the grid as they go to the first DRS zone, the very first straight here, which the cars will be doing almost once the DRS is open, upwards of nearly 200 miles an hour. They're not going to be doing that today, well, at this very lap, because the DRS isn't open, and Verstappen here has the lead. It's not a very long one, because breathing down on his gearbox is Sebastian Vettel. He's absolutely on the money as well. Charles Leclerc is ahead of him in the championship as we watch Lewis Hamilton. He's going down the back straight as well. That's passing both Williams. That's passing the Renault, and that's passing, I believe, is the Haas as well. That's Hamilton finding himself further up the field. Verstappen, well, it promises to be a rather interesting race today. Lewis Hamilton from 20th. Can he come back and get himself that final win that will take him for 11th for the season, or is it going to be one of these three? They really have set a pace and just starting to move away here from Alex Albon, Carlos Sainz Jr. and Valtteri Bottas as we come through for the very first lap completed, and we will be able to round up the top 6. Verstappen, Vettel, Leclerc, Albon, Sainz, Bottas. Red Bull, 2 Ferraris in the lead, and this is Hamilton, and that is Hamilton getting past Lando Norris. So Lewis Hamilton is up to 15th and is absolutely flying in the Mercedes. That's an excellent start from 20th to 15th. Really is going something at the moment. Verstappen still leads. He's still moving. Still with an opportunity. It's proving to be a more popular circuit, the Yas Marina. Like one-off areas, it does allow for the cars to move around, but some of the speeds in which they can do here, though, it always makes it for interesting. These two DRS zones, when they are activated, will make overtaking opportunities. So this is going to be an opportunity. Whether you can overtake much from around the track is to be desired, but this is very much a modern-day F1 racing track that has been engineered to produce exciting racing, and we've got an exciting battle for the lead at the moment. Max Verstappen leads from Sebastian Vettel, who leads from Charles Leclerc. There's your 1, 2, 3, and it looks as if Vettel's starting to pull away from Charles Leclerc as he sniffs around the gearbox of Max Verstappen in the Red Bull. Blisteringly quick as we approach the stadium complex as they make their way round all the expensive boats and that as they fly through the start-finish line to complete another lap here. And the DRS has been activated, so this is going to make the next set of straights interesting, and this may very well play in Sebastian Vettel. The top 6 has not changed from the last lap, so things stands. This is Hamilton now we are following, and that is him all round the back of Lance Stroll, and he's passed him, so Hamilton now finds himself in 13th place on the grid. Lewis Hamilton doing a fantastic job and chasing through the back markers. Well, he's got to get past Pierre Gasly next. I'll let you know if he's able to do that, as this is the first opportunity, and there goes Sebastian Vettel flying past. Now is Charles Leclerc going to be able to get past Sebastian Vettel. He's going to try and outbrake him on the outside line. A slight lockup from Verstappen. Was there contact? Has Charles Leclerc got the line coming up? Yes, he has. Charles Leclerc has got through, so both Ferraris now are through to second place. Verstappen in third. We'll have DRS from so was Leclerc. Oh, that was fantastic. So, after the controversy of the collision in Brazil between Vettel and Leclerc, will Ferrari let them have a clean race, or will, under team orders, they be ordered to take it easy? And will they be ordered to bring it home in this situation? Long way to go in this Grand Prix. You're only really getting started as things stand. Lewis Hamilton at the moment is currently up to 11th, so he's doing a fantastic job out there at the moment. As we again follow Sebastian Vettel, who leads the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. He's won a world championship here 9 years ago in the Red Bull. He secured his first world championship that night, beating out Lewis Hamilton, Jenson Button, and that was a famous moment for him. A 4 times world champion, has had a disappointing season, probably made some poor decisions in the Ferrari, but at the moment he's driving an immaculate drive, second place, and Lewis Hamilton is absolutely flying. 4th lap in, he's produced the fastest lap of the race, a 1:48. That's fantastic. Now on to the first DRS zone. Is Leclerc close enough? He is. The DRS is activated. Does he have enough to drag up and pull past his teammate? This is the top moment. He thought about it, but he's decided to back off and stay right behind him. So he's going to try and do it as they come out of the chicane and they head back down the second straight of the Yas Marina circuit and go through. Is he close enough again to make a run. Quite possibly as Verstappen is being pulled away from second place. This is Charles Leclerc. He doesn't have the run this time, doesn't have the opportunity this time to get past his teammates. So Sebastian Vettel still has the lead. Vettel here knows that he needs to start producing some quick times as well. 3/10 of a second, this all separates him and Leclerc here. So this is getting interesting, and Verstappen and Leclerc, that gap is growing. And Charles Leclerc and the two Ferraris are pulling away from the Red Bulls, but don't discount Lewis Hamilton at the moment. He is flying. I can tell you now from looking at the timings here in the commentary booth, he is up to 9th. He's past Raikkonen and chasing down Hulkenberg. So Lewis Hamilton is on an absolute charge at the moment in this Grand Prix. This could be something special for Lewis if he could maintain this sort of pace. Bottas, Sainz, Albon, Verstappen, Leclerc and Vettel. There is your top 6 in reverse order, and Sebastian Vettel has Charles Leclerc right behind him again. So this might be an opportunity. If you're a member of the Ferrari pit crew, how nervous are you at the moment with these two racing one another? Such as this straight here, you have to yield. If you are down it, you have to yield. And that may not be the case at the moment between these two, and it's showing here because thanks to the drag, thanks to the DRS, Leclerc here has been able to get past his teammate, and now Max Verstappen has pulled back, and now this could be an opportunity for Verstappen to get past Vettel, who's in second place. As things stand, has Verstappen got enough here? Will he try to outbrake him? No. So Charles Leclerc leads, Sebastian Vettel is second, Max Verstappen is third, Alexander Albon is fourth, Bottas is up to fifth. He's past the McLaren of Carlos Sainz Jr. There is your top 6 as things stand. That is Sebastian Vettel, which our UAE director is taking us through. We're approaching the big stadium complex as well. The Grand Prix here has become a popular one. It's become the chosen closing race of the Grand Prix. Obviously that was traditionally used to filter between Brazil and Australia. Australia now has been our opener, but this feels a little bit at times like the old Adelaide Street Circuit. Confirmation here of Bottas into 5th, who's chasing down Alexander Albon. Verstappen is 3rd. Charles Leclerc leads the Grand Prix. So this is going to make it interesting for him. He had the moment. And then Hamilton again. Look at that. Another fastest lap of the race as Max Verstappen goes right behind. And you can see that Hamilton is past Sainz and Hamilton is up to 6. So Charles Leclerc into the DRS zone. This is a chance for Verstappen maybe to get past Sebastian Vettel down the long straight. This is Max Verstappen. He's going around the outside. He's outbraking him. Does he have the line? Oh yes he does. Max Verstappen is through into second place. Now, can he hold off Vettel, who will have the DRS open? Nope. Sebastian Vettel comes back, and Sebastian Vettel hopefully will have the ability to outbrake his opponent, and he's retaken that place. So there is Lewis Hamilton right behind Bottas. Sebastian Vettel still second in the Grand Prix at the moment. We are flying through this race at the moment. It really is at the moment. It feels like you're watching a highlights package. Wonderful shot this from the aerial helicopter, and this is him, I think. Yep, that's Hamilton. This is a replay of Hamilton when he passed Carlos Sainz. So this will show us how Hamilton made his way up the grid. That's his teammate Bottas, and that's Alexander Albon ahead of him. So let's see how Lewis did this. This is the state. Oh, I tell you what, I think there was contact between the two Mercedes, but Hamilton with the ability to drag past, and as you see Bottas was able to use the drag pass as well. Hamilton just had enough to outbrake him, and that's how Hamilton has got himself into 4th place. And into the pits comes Sebastian Vettel and Max Verstappen as women. So Charles Leclerc goes out, and Lewis Hamilton stays out as well. I thought for a moment that he may come in. The Mercedes pit crew was ready. Let's watch the times. Really good pit stop. Really, really good pit stop. Vettel's got ahead of Verstappen, so if Charles Leclerc can produce an absolute blistering lap, he's got to find a couple of attempts or something. Hamilton's found that. Gone with a 1:47.7 fastest lap, so he is on an absolute charge. Lewis Hamilton is producing something very special. As we follow, this is Lewis Hamilton. He's 4.8 seconds behind Leclerc. He's nearly a second ahead of his teammate. So Lewis Hamilton is producing. Bottas here, 2.2 seconds ahead of Alexander Albon. But these four need to pit, so this is where they need to be producing quick times, and this is all about strategy. Verstappen and Vettel have dived in early. Will that put them in a position to take home the rest of the race? And Lewis Hamilton's been so dominant, but slightly overshadows his achievements this season on the weekend in which he won the British Grand Prix for a record time. England won the Cricket World Cup on the weekend in which he went ahead and secured his Super 6 and his latest world championship. Imagine saying that a few years ago. When he became world champion, England was suffering the blues of a Rugby World Cup defeat. So as things stand, Lewis Hamilton is up here to prove a point, but he is one world championship behind Michael Schumacher, the all-time great. He is ahead of Juan Manuel Fangio. As in comes Leclerc, and now in comes Lewis Hamilton, the world champion, to pit. Now, he did make contact, I believe, with Bottas. There is some damage, so will the pit crew here, though, look to change that front wing? They are. And now, oh, look at this. Bottas, is this complete communication breakdown? Bottas is right behind Hamilton in the pit crew. Oh, that is a disaster. Oh, that might be Bottas's race over. Miscommunication. He's coming behind Hamilton. Now we find the moment. And there's Leclerc and Verstappen and Vettel have done enough, and Sebastian Vettel leads the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Well, that's brilliant pit crew work. Charles Leclerc just wasn't able to find the pace required when he is on fresher tyres, just by a lap more. And when they warm up, will that give him an advantage into the first DRS zone? Across the full straight here, the cars will be nudging 200 miles an hour when they slam on the brakes. Has Max Verstappen gone enough to get past Sebastian Vettel? Nope, right behind him on the gearbox. But look at that, Charles Leclerc has been able to catch them up on that straight. So this is the problems that Vettel will experience at the moment. Down the back straight again as they head towards the next set, and there is Vettel braking hard. Lovely little exit of the chicane. They will drift wide before going left again, and then what is lovely about this next corner they're going to enter now, you can take it almost flat out, doing 150 mile an hour around this next corner as the cars grip, and then you have to brake very quickly, getting down to 70 mile an hour for a right turn and then a left turn. And look at Lewis Hamilton is absolutely flying around this circuit as well. Seriously quick, and he is catching these top three. They've been pretty much battling for the lead ever since the opening lap of this race. Vettel leads, Verstappen is second, Leclerc is behind him in third. At one point, all three have led this Grand Prix at the moment, and these are the three that have race wins along with Bottas and Hamilton this season. Hamilton up to fifth, Albon is in fourth, Perez is sixth, Leclerc is down there, and here is Vettel holding off Verstappen and Leclerc. This is very close as they go and bank rounds, and I think Lewis again is still going. I'm not sure whether that top six was correct, but such is the speed of Hamilton, he is getting past even for the timings to catch. Now, is this an opportunity for Verstappen? Can he get past, or can Charles Leclerc also get past at the same time. You can see that's a fantastic shot. And Leclerc is looking slightly, and Verstappen has got off, and Verstappen leads. Max Verstappen now. I thought for a second Charles Leclerc, there was a slight lock-up by one of the Ferraris. Now, is there an opportunity to overtake the place back again? Has Verstappen got enough? DRS is back open for both Ferraris, so they made a mark. Have they got past Sebastian Vettel? Has not. Oh, fantastic Verstappen holding him off. Barely anything in this as well, as Lewis Hamilton joins the fray in a battle for the lead between three. Could become four very shortly. Charles Leclerc has just lost a little bit of time here, just in the last few sections as we fly through again, through the huge, wonderful, the Ferrari Museum, and that giant building with the huge Rolex arch over the top that you're seeing here in Abu Dhabi. Just a short couple of hour drive here from Dubai here in the United Arab Emirates. Here is Vettel as they come through to complete another lap, and Lewis Hamilton now is joining them and is starting to breathe down the gearbox. Lewis Hamilton has had an absolute flyer of a race as things stands. He's in fourth, Albon is fifth, Perez is sixth, Leclerc, Vettel, Verstappen in reverse order is your leader. And here is Lewis Hamilton, who's right behind Charles Leclerc and could be an opportunity to get past them. There's some serious pace that Lewis Hamilton is able to deliver in this Mercedes, and there we go. This is all set up. This is down the back straight. This is Lewis's territory. He drifts really, really wide as if he was avoiding contact. And now he tries to go up the inside of Charles Leclerc. And Sebastian Vettel goes up the inside of Max Verstappen. Can Lewis Hamilton outbrake Leclerc? Can he outbrake Max Verstappen into the final corner? Oh, no, 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 no. And then Leclerc might be able to come back, and Hamilton has to run wide. And Leclerc and Hamilton side by side as we go down to the second DRS straight, and Hamilton moves behind, and now he's right behind Max Verstappen. Has the Ferrari, has the Red Bull got the power to challenge the Mercedes? No! Lewis Hamilton! Hamilton finds himself. Fantastic! Hamilton finds himself in second place. What a brilliant drive. He was last starting this Grand Prix and has produced a fantastic performance, and now he's chasing down Sebastian Vettel. This is a Grand Prix and a half. It has been a fantastic season for racing. Hamilton has been dominant, and we would have loved to have seen a competitive race for the championship this season. But when we have had good races, my word, they've been fantastic. The Austrian, the British and the German Grand Prix were absolutely brilliant this year. And here is the helicopter again, following the shots here of Hamilton right behind Sebastian Vettel. 4 times world champion, leads 6 times world champion. In the 2000s, these are the two men that have completely dominated the sport as we stand at the moment. Only Nico Rosberg is the other man to win a world championship. Lewis Hamilton, the 2008, 14, 15, 17, 18 and 19 world champion. Sebastian Vettel, the 10, 11, 12 and 13 world champion. Lewis Hamilton down the back straight. DRS is open, goes round the outside. He's got the power. He's going to outbrake the Ferrari, and Hamilton leads the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. That is absolutely outstanding from the Englishman. Well, he's had a drive and a half and a performance and a half, and he just continues to deliver. And this is a brilliant shot as we follow the Mercedes through the chicane section, right then left again, and here he goes, tight tip of the power onto this left turn, and then this wonderful fast section where they will drift right through the final few turns past the huge expensive yachts as we see as they enter into the final stadium complex, into the Ferrari Museum. And Verstappen is in the moment, and Leclerc are trading places at the moment. Hamilton has a lead, and Vettel here, there has found something to get back at him. Oh, this has been excellent. Another lap completed. Sebastian Vettel's not giving this up. He needs to be under a second behind Lewis Hamilton to make use of DRS in these two sections. If he does that, there's a good opportunity that he may be able to get past them. Verstappen is up to third, Leclerc fourth, Alex Albon is fifth, Sergio Perez in the Racing Point is 6th. But Hamilton leads Vettel, and Hamilton has pulled away a bit from Vettel. I wonder if Vettel has missed a gear or just sort of missed his braking point, but it's all gone wrong for Sebastian Vettel at the moment. It's all gone very right here for Lewis Hamilton, and Hamilton is flying down up to 200 miles an hour that he's going to perform in this position as well before he brakes heavily into the final few sections and then makes his way round. It's been an impressive performance by Lewis Hamilton, absolutely no doubt about that today. And this is the next section. When they brake from here, he'll be slamming on the power into the left turn as he goes through this wonderful little chicane section as well. Drift slightly right, 80 mile an hour round, and then onto the power as they pick things up. 140 mile an hour, and then he will hold that same speed all the way around, heavily braking down to 60 mile an hour for the final left. Then another left-hander as well, 60 mile an hour again. Up to that is he will follow it round again. This is what you would cruise on a British motorway. He's taking around corners up to 150 before braking heavily and turning right again. Powering up to 140 again. Another right turn that will take him through into the start-finish straight. And Lewis Hamilton completes another lap. And Lewis Hamilton is flying away nearly 180 mile an hour. He'll be braking from, and that is a huge lead that he has opened up here on Sebastian Vettel. And Lewis Hamilton is showing everybody just why he is the 6-time world champion. And Leclerc's got past Bottas, so that race for 3rd place really is heating up. Max Verstappen started in pole position, is now in 4th. Vettel and Leclerc are where they are, and now Lewis Hamilton, there'll be no DRS, so he won't be able to hit his maximum speeds along this straight. And when he does, he will be able to absolutely fly just about 192 mile an hour. Roughly brakes from, then turns left, then turns right again, and then he'll do it all to do again onto the power, through the gears, 5th gear, then 6th, then an opportunity for 7th, 180 mile an hour, and then he will climb up all the way to 190 again before braking so heavily these cars designed to do it. And I think Lewis at the moment here is just going to continue to put on these fast laps and go on to continue to produce extraordinary moments here in the Grand Prix. He set his fastest lap. He has been miles better than the opposition. Just the corners here of Hamilton going around the straight and just very lovely, guiding the car home. Well, it's been an excellent performance by Hamilton. Race of his life. He's overtaken just about everybody. Pit strategy helped him, and now he can enjoy this. Final lap, final moments of the Grand Prix season of 2019. You're world champion. You're about to get your 11th win of the season, and I say, whilst touching the wooden table here, not to induce the commentator's curse, but Lewis Hamilton, an outstanding driver, an outstanding man at the same time. Let's not forget just how brilliant the human being that Lewis Hamilton is. A proud Englishman representing the great British flag and representing Formula One and representing Mercedes fantastically. And he will come through here, and he is getting a wonderful ovation from this audience, who is acknowledging that they are seeing something truly special from Lewis Hamilton. There are no rule changes next season, so this could be the case again, as we're going to go on board here, and we're following the battle for 3rd place. So this is Verstappen, and this is Leclerc, and this is the straight, and this is Charles Leclerc getting past Max Verstappen. So Ferrari 2 and 3, Red Bull have pushed back down to 4th. I think that was a pass that took place earlier on, but still, it's still a pass. And this is your race leader, Lewis Hamilton, just enjoying, just savouring these final few moments. One more corner to go. And there it is. And Lewis Hamilton is a winner for the final race of the season and has deserved it. From last on the grid to first, he's perhaps saved his finest drive of the season right till the very end. That was absolutely excellent. Vettel is second. Charles Leclerc comes home in third place. Max Verstappen misses out on the podium, coming through in fourth. And Lewis is celebrating in style with donuts on the track in front of the fans. Absolutely fantastic, brilliant stuff. Well, Tito Wolff will be delighted and has every right to be. It was a fantastic performance by his driver, who got it all wrong yesterday but got it all right today. Lewis Hamilton the winner, and that pet crew can enjoy their winter. All the team here from Brackley can enjoy this. Well, you got to feel for Max Verstappen. Started pole, but it just wasn't his day. Both Ferraris had it on him. Well, Lewis Hamilton coming out to receive the winner's medal and a magnum of champagne. And Lewis Hamilton acknowledges that's win 11. It's World Championship 6. It's party time here in Abu Dhabi. Lewis Hamilton is a winner. And Lewis Hamilton really has cemented his place as a Great Britain. What a performance. And what a race. Well, here is confirmation of the final standings of the Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton a winner. Vettel and Charles Leclerc in the both Ferraris standing in second place. Max Verstappen in fourth, ahead of his teammates Alexander Albon. Don't discount Sergio Perez in the Racing Point with a brilliant sixth. This is how the top 10 in the Drivers' World Championship stands. Lewis Hamilton with 11 wins and nearly 100 more points than Valtteri Bottas, who has the next highest amounts of wins. Verstappen claims third place in the end, with Charles Leclerc and Sebastian Vettel in fourth and fifth. And Pierre Gasly, despite being sacked and bumped down to Toro Rosso, beats Carlos Sainz Jr. into sixth. For the Constructors' World Championship, it was a dominating year for Mercedes, that won the Constructors' Championship ahead of Ferrari and Red Bull. Mercedes are going to be the team to beat, and Lewis Hamilton is going to be the team to beat. We'll see you next year here on Grand Prix.